Welcome, Capricorn, to your February Astrodice reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. And welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new, welcome, welcome. Got a lot of new subscribers, so welcome, guys. Okay, let's get in here and see how February is going to treat you guys. For those of you who are new, this is where we take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. So let's get in here and see what's going on for the month. Ooh. Very nice, guys, having the 5th house coming out. Let's get our stones over here ready. Okay, there we go. Having the moon coming out with some Aries energy. Having a little bit of a fiery start of the year here. So let's see what's going on here. Having the moon coming in. We do have that full moon on the 12th. I know I keep saying the 13th. I just, you know, it's like, sorry guys. I keep saying the 13th, but it is the 12th. Your unconscious, sensitive inner emotions and responses coming out. With some Aries energy. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous, crusading, impulsive, and action is likely to occur. So having that, I love that though. You know, anytime Aries comes up in a reading, it's almost like, you know what, I love that energy, right? Because that means we're going to get crusading over here. We're going to put it all out there and we're going to move pretty quick on this situation, right? Some months I just feel like we need that Aries energy, right? Just keep going strong, right? It doesn't matter what sign you are. I mean, I'm Taurus, so I do like slow and steady wins the race, but every now and again, it's like, you know what, I'd like to crusade a little bit. I'd like to move a little bit faster towards what it is I'm really putting out there. Going towards that 5th house, especially talking about this love, where you have fun, romance, and create things you are proud of. So really racing in there with some impulsive desires, right? Really pushing out that sacral chakra, and it's very nice. So getting straight into the situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. So you got some kind of like, you know, dreamy influence going on over here. Really digging deep into your intuition about what it is you truly want. I like that. That moon coming out, giving it a little bit of a water aspect. So talking about moving slow, but it is talking about not so much moving slow in this area. Right now it's talking about that productivity equals efficiency, really feeling responsible for the situation. You can feel that responsibility coming through, really knowing your self-worth at the beginning of the month. So let's see. There could be something when it comes to the 5th house and you do feel like no more shortcuts. You know, there's no closure to this situation, but you are definitely feeling your self-worth. So really putting it out there. It could even be that this, it could be a Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo is coming towards you to allow you to understand, you know what, I do see your self-worth. Even though, you know what, you want to cut this off, right? I do feel like they do want some kind of closure. They do want to end this chapter with you when it comes to the 5th house. It does feel like, you know what, it has had its delays, but now it's time to close this chapter down. So they are feeling like they're going after, they want you to go after your own happiness. They want their own happiness. So it does feel like they're finally reinforcing their emotional boundaries, or you are. If you know it, you go ahead, right? However it is, you're going to cut this off, right? So there is this disciplinarian attitude coming through that Knight of Cups towards what it is you truly love. You know, you could even say, you know what, you don't know my worth, so I'm cutting this off. I'm tired of holding on to these strings. Like I said, put your, you know, take it how it resonates. So this is a no-nonsense mood that's coming through this moon saying, I've had enough. Whether it's you or them, it's okay. But you're focused on finding your balance, your happiness, right? But I feel like they're doing the same. So I do feel like you guys are going to come together in this balance and balance the situation out together, really moving after what your true dreams are. Okay, so following your own heart at this time. So I do feel like this commitment is ending. The commitment is at the bottom, going after your own dreams. It's not working out. We have to cut this off. We can't hold on to this anymore. Excuse me. The weather is warming up. It's going to be almost 80 degrees now. I don't know what's going on in the air, but the air quality outside, probably from all the fires, has really been messing ever since those fires went out. I think it's even worse than when the fires were going, my friends. And my throat has been really dry and weird. So, however, but yeah, this is where you're definitely locking your attention on what it is you truly want. Going straight into the mid-month over here when it comes to finding this joy in this fifth house, really, you know, going after what it is you want. Yes. You are now preparing yourself for new areas that does not contain any kind of restrictions. There's a blocking of this relationship. You're done. So it's almost like I went in, I made sure it was done. I'm cutting these ties, and now I want to make sure that they understand that, you know what, this is where it's going to 100% end. So it's almost like I was making it end, but now I'm going after new desires. You do have the potential to prosper and increase over here when it comes to the mid-month, going straight over here towards this full moon. You know, your emotions are going to be a little more high, but it's just pretty much saying, watch your limiting beliefs. Make sure that you're releasing your limiting beliefs when it comes to any kind of situation within the fifth house, whether it's, you know, creating things, fulfilling your dreams, your goals, because it does look like you are in the progress over here of some kind of expansion when it comes to, you know, the fifth house, having fun. So it's definitely talking about a period of eternal growth as well. We're seeing this growth and this kind of evolutionary shift of what it is you truly want. Yeah, as you're going after your desires, really going after what it is you truly want, releasing any kind of fears, repressing any kind of emotion. So there is this healing feeling as you're aligning to what it is you truly want with your external successes over here. Wow. Yeah, acting very strategical about certain situations. It does feel like the moon is also going to kind of open you up to new confronting. It's definitely confronting any kind of fears that you might have when it comes to the fifth house. It's also bringing in your creativity. So if you felt like you were kind of, you know, blocked with creativity, you're going to find this boost within that creativity. Okay. You could be even kind of looking back over here about the pitfalls and the things that went wrong and acting very strategical about that situation. Okay. So let's get over here into the end of the month. Looking wonderful over here. Good. Yeah, definitely going back to what you love in your inner resources. You guys might even have new love that you're going after with the new soulmate coming in, or you already know there's a new soulmate and you want to better yourself here. You're trying to work on what it is that you want over here when it comes to this, ending any kind of challenge that you were feeling exhausted about when it comes to this soulmate or this karmic soulmate, or you may have a new one coming in or one that you've been working on and you just need to get rid of those strings. So put that where it resonates. But this is about moving forward and feeling like things are not impossible anymore. So, you know, it's time to really pay attention, you know, to where anything might feel stagnant and then move straight towards that desire. Okay. Absolutely. Because there was a little bit of conflict that it feels like you're getting that past. The conflict could even be, you know, could even be within your mind as well, kind of a self-sabotage area over here. But it does feel like you may have this person trying to come back to win at all odds. You know, even though they know that they shouldn't be here. Because it's kind of weird. Because it kind of feels like you guys are in this place in the very beginning of the month where you're both at the same place of cutting ties. But then it's almost like maybe they're coming back in for some of you. and they're a little unsure. They're a little scared about this situation. Maybe you guys have been together for a long time, or they just don't like you with someone else. Hey, just because I cut the ties with you doesn't mean I want to see you with someone else, right? So there's something there about that situation. Okay, but it does look like there's going to be a lot of dialogue when it comes to this situation and clearing these boundaries as you are really, getting in there and making sure that they understand where you're coming from. It's almost like they wanted this, but then all of a sudden they don't feel like they want this anymore. All of a sudden it's like that full moon comes out and they're like, wait, what just, why did we do that? So it was almost like there's an unsurety about them, about what they just did. Maybe they were just really angry, right? Or maybe something made them angry and then they got into their emotions. Okay, so however it is, it does feel like all of a sudden they're kind of taking a step back and they're like, wait, I didn't want you to leave. Hold on, Capricorn, I wanted you to stay around. So it's almost like they're kind of pretending like it didn't happen. I think there's some kind of fear there. There's some kind of control. But you're saying, no, the dice kind of rolled where the dice is going to roll, and that was what it was supposed to be. But now they're coming back. I feel like for some of you have another person and they kind of see you with this other person or hear things. There's a lot of speaking over here with all these swords, hearing how happy you are, and then they kind of get upset about the situation. There could be some jealousy going on. But they're just really at this point of causing themselves more grief. You could even say maybe it's because when they're drinking they get weird, because it almost feels like there could be drinking or something. Maybe they're drinking now and then all of a sudden they realize what happened. It's like, maybe they were, I don't know if they're drinking here, or maybe they're always drinking. I don't know, because it seems it's kind of like a bipolar type of scenario. You know what I mean? And if we're drunk or we're not, in our right mind, sometimes we don't think about what we're doing. So it kind of feels like that kind of situation where it's all of a sudden, I was sober, we knew what we were supposed to do, and then I got drunk, and then I was like, you're my baby. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? That type of energy. So I'm not sure. That doesn't have to be for everybody, but I do feel like, it's almost like we had the closure to goodbye, and then all of a sudden something happens and they become very emotional with the moon over here, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh gosh, here we go again. That could have been one of the reasons why this ended for some of you, was the lack of consistency within emotions and it's kind of crazy because we're over here doing fun things too. So, for those of you who are like in a band or something, maybe they come in drunk, and you're like, yeah, you came in sober, but then, but you keep doing these type of things, right? So you can't be in the band anymore. And then all of a sudden they're really upset because you got this new guitarist in their place. So it's kind of nudging towards this place of where you're rejuvenating from the situation and they're backpedaling. But it feels kind of weird because it does kind of feel like they're not in their normal headspace. Okay, so you're just going after your Ace of Cups because you definitely got something that's much better. And you just release the baggage. You're just continuing to move on. It's almost like you're not going to listen to this because it's something you've heard before. And this could be one of the reasons that, was pressing the issue to want to get rid of this situation. So you just feel like it's resolved, it's done, it's over with. Okay, so you're putting a stop to that. I love it because it's like I'm putting a stop to that. I said what I said and I'm moving on. I'm not going backwards. I'm not turning this boat around. This boat is right where it says. I said I was out. We made that agreement that we're out. I feel like there's a total agreement. I mean, it feels like a total agreement. You guys know that it was never an agreement and you just, it was kind of like, fine. You know what I mean? Then that's fine. Right? But it feels like there's more of an agreement for the majority of you, but it does look like they're backpedaling over here. So, okay. But otherwise, it looks like there's, I mean, the overall card is the Ace of Cups. So, I mean, you're really moving towards what it is that's going to make you feel more comfortable. You feel very poised towards the end of the month. You feel like you're in a better place. You feel like everything's moving the way it's supposed to be moving for you, and you're in your comfort zone. Okay, so, I mean, you're really gathering up all this stuff to make sure that you have, the good luck that have been, gathering for the beginning of the year. Yeah, you're on your way to victory for yourself, getting rid of that. No more bad karma. I mean, the wheel is turning for you. So you're going to be walking right into March very well in the fifth house. You're taking this spectacular turn of events over here. It's kind of like we had the discussion at the right time, at the right place, and this needs to be done. So I can move on, you can move on. So it's a very transformative energy when it comes to the fifth house. So I really do like that. Okay, so let's get an animal card, get some spirit motivation over here for you, my friends. Best messages and advice and motivation for the beautiful Capricorn. Please. For February. Be the boar. I love it. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. Love it. And let's get what your higher self has to say. Yes. From the Traveler over here. Loving that. Ooh. When you are feeling like you are fogged in, go slow and take your time. Like I said over here, it feels like you could be getting out of something that you weren't very clear about, right? There could be a little bit of, it's okay though, just slow and steady. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy will expand. So just take your time over here so that you can have a clear mind, so your intuition can really open up. Okay. So it says finding your sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Okay. And there you are, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.